Welcome back to Turn Pain into Power podcast. Please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe and share this so that people can get this information. It is vital to your success and to your growth and your mental health. So today's topic, the importance facing your reality is to your success and your mental health. Yes. Very important. It is vital to your growth for you to live in your truth. That's what I mean by facing your reality. Because the more you sit here and you lie to yourself about, let's say, your situation, make up excuses for yourself, the less you'll grow, the less you'll accomplish, the less you'll want to get out of your comfort zone and do something about your situation. So it is very important to live in your truth. Yes, and the moment that you start to live in your truth, to stop lying to yourself, you will start moving in the right direction. And you will notice that your purpose will start becoming more and more clear. You will start seeing things with more clarity. So this is deeper than the outer layer, because the more we live in a lie, whether it is trying to make your situation seem better than what it is, knowing deep inside that there's certain things that need change in order for you to become a better person, in order for you to become happier, you'd have to stop numbing yourself. You'd have to start feeling. And this goes hand in hand with my last episode that spoke a little bit about feeling your feelings, So having to do that is having to stay away from distractions, old habits. So yes, it will require you to stop avoiding your feelings, to stop avoiding your trauma. And it's not easy, it's a process, but it's well worth it, because how are you going to reach different results doing the same thing? And like the saying goes, you need to make necessary changes to reap different results. Nothing good comes out of doing the same thing. Hanging around the same people, doing the same hobbies, same habits, and avoiding your feelings, living a lie basically, it's not going to bring you to no success. It's not going to bring you to a different result. You're going to continue to reap the same results. And a lot of people are running, and the more you run, the deeper you are in that hole of, trauma. Something that I learned is the power of learning to be uncomfortable. The power of learning that, because something that's constant in life is change. Something that you can't run from is change. And when you do, that's when you don't succeed. That's when you kind of hold yourself back from growth. So you put a pause, you put a stamp on your growth, and you continue to repeat the same cycles. So something that we are very good at as human beings when we are unhappy is making sure that we are comfortable, making it comfortable to be unhappy by doing exterior things that make us happy momentarily. So, shopping. Some people are addicted to shopping. Drugs, obviously, that's an addiction and a lot of people can't escape. And that's funny because imagine, we are creatures of habit. So imagine when we are unhappy, we put it upon ourselves to do things that make us feel happy momentarily. So we put it upon ourselves to live a lie. And, the more you grow and start to really live in your reality, live your truth, you start to realize, dang, I was so unhappy, but I felt happy momentarily because of the things that I tricked my mind. It's a trick. So you trick your mind into feeling happy, and by doing things that keep you stuck in that comfort zone. So, be open to change. If anything, I've learned that change is the only way that we'll grow. Now, remember to hit that like button. It's absolutely free. It'll help people get this knowledgeable content. A lot of people need to hear this. I can't stress it enough that you got to live in your truth. You got to live in your reality, because you are unconsciously tricking yourself by lying to yourself to stay stuck in the same situation. You're tricking yourself into making yourself believe that you are happy when you know deep inside that there's some things that need to change. You know, the best example that I can bring to you is a crackhead. You know, they're no more than an addict that is tricking themselves using a substance into being happy. And you see them walking around the street sometimes high, and they look like they are jolly, like they just had the best day. But, you know, they are making sure that they are stuck in the same situation. You know, there is no change. There's absolutely no change because they are tricking themselves into making themselves believe that they're happy by doing this drug. So, you know, and it don't matter what drug. The only difference is the type of drug. It don't matter what drug it is that makes you feel like you are happy in your situation, you know, that makes you be absent in your reality and you're not living your truth. So some people feel like they're better than others because of the type of drug they can afford, the type of drug that they do. Oh, they feel like they're better than a crackhead skipping down the street. Not really. I mean, maybe you make sure that your bills are paid and you're not homeless. However, you are still escaping your reality. You're still tricking yourself and, you know, being absent from your reality. You're still tricking yourself into believing that you're happy by doing this drug that makes you escape your reality, because that's what drugs do. They make you escape your reality. Why do you need to escape your reality if you are truly fulfilled and happy? You know, another thing that I've learned is that a sober mind is vital to your growth, and you need that clarity to reach, you know, to reach the next level of your career or to succeed in whatever different goals that you have set for yourself, you know, to find your purpose, to chase your passions, to let change, you know, to welcome change into your life. You need a sober mind. And this really hit home because a lot of the times our trauma is so deep that we really just bury it deep inside. And this is a way of burying it deep inside. This is a way of doing that because you are escaping your reality. You know, you're avoiding to live in your truth. You're avoiding to feel those feelings because you are scared. You fear for that pain, to feel that pain again, that you once felt maybe back in your childhood trauma. So this really hit home because, you know, sometimes we halt and put a stop to our growth by unconsciously tricking our minds into believing that we're happy because we are constantly trying to numb our feelings. We are fearful of feeling those traumatic feelings that we bury so deep inside, you know, and it's vital for your growth. No matter how much it hurts, the more you bury it, the longer the road to your healing is. Does that make sense? Like, you know, the more you sit here and you avoid your reality, you run from your reality, you don't live in your truth, and you avoid those feelings, you numb those feelings with drugs, the further you are from reaching the highest level of yourself, from growing, from healing, you know. And mental illness is very important, and we need to speak about it. I want my listeners, you know, I want this podcast to really inspire you to make the necessary changes in your life, no matter how hurtful they are, so that you can become that person that no longer fears feeling, no longer fears feeling hurt, no longer feels hurt. Oh, I'm trying to help y'all, man. I'm trying to help you. I'm speaking facts to you, and I'm speaking from the heart because guess what? I've been through that, you know? So living in your truth, man, living in your truth will push you to make the necessary changes you need to make for your growth, for your success, for you to live in your, you know, for you to chase your purpose, for you to find your purpose. How many people are 40, 60, 70? Some people die and never found their purpose, consistently running from their trauma. You know, mental illness is very important. The abused abuses for reasons that can't meet the eyes and your mind can't fathom. Yes, the abused abuses to feel worthy, to feel validated, to feel somewhat above the position that they've played their entire life of being the one abused. So they somehow, some way feel above when they are in that role of being the abuser. Yes, a lot of people don't understand why they abuses, but this is why. A lot of the times we think, oh, they're just trauma, they have trauma and they exert that energy. True, very true, but that's not the reason. No. They get closure when they are able to abuse. You see, the abused has been the victim their entire life until that point that they decided to take control. And that's when they start to feel closure. They start to find meaning in the fact that now they have the control. Now they have the ability to abuse. So it's a lot deeper than what the mind can fathom, what meets the eyes, because a lot of the times we find excuses for these people. And there is no excuse. Closure that they find in being the abuser and playing that role is sickening. You see, the abuser finds closure in being able to take their power back, being able to turn it around from being the victim to now holding the power of being the one that abuses others, whether they were abused mentally, emotionally, and some even physically. Turning it around for them is what gives them closure. It's what gives them meaning. And it's deep, man. It's deep because, to be honest, this is where they find validation. This is where they find that everything they went through is somehow valid. It somehow comes to a point where now they have the ability to do the opposite, to finally be the one in control and in power and not the victim. To go even deeper than that, because I want to paint the picture clearly, the devil uses weak and unconscious people and preys on them to make them act off on emotion. A lot of the times the abuser has the spirit of anger, the spirit of jealousy, and the spirit of always acting out on their emotions. And as a result, it causes harm and pain to their victims, and their victims are their family, the people closest to them, because they're not going to prey on people that don't know them. You see, these people, man, I'm telling you, it's deep. These people, in order to get you to where they want to have you, they got to somehow be they got to somehow be charming. They got to somehow bring you closer to them, and right when you least expect it. Yes, people. And based on pain and empowerment, you can only learn from this. And based on real life experiences, I can tell you firsthand that the abuser not only finds validation and closure in being the one that takes the control, but let's say, for example, the narcissist. Yes, the narcissist. So they battle with the spirit of anger, the spirit of envy, and they always have to be right. They always have to be right. And if they even get a gist, if they even feel like someone is trying to say that they're not right, which no one's perfect, but hey, in their little mind with their enlarged ego, that is insane to them. For somebody to point out that they're not right, so immediately they will start demonstrating the spirit of anger, and they will try to destroy you with the sole intention to destroy you, because in their eyes, oh my, not that someone feels like I'm not right and that they are speaking out about it. Right? You see how that makes sense? Yeah. So make sure you hit that like button, because it's absolutely free, 100% free to hit that like button, and it will definitely help the algorithm so that this information can get to people. This knowledgeable information can get to others. And how are we able to help others, dealing with these demons? Share it. Share the information. Like it. Nothing but truth is being spoken here. And mental health is important more now than ever. So yes, steer clear from these people and do yourselves a favor. And when you peep these toxic tendencies, these toxic narcissistic disorder personalities, walk the other way, man. Do yourself a favor, because that's the only way you win that war. You can't beat someone that has been developing that spirit of anger in that war. You can't, being better, trying to get back at them. Hey, leave it up to God. He makes sure it's a fair game. He makes sure that they feel it. When you are absent, God makes sure that they feel that emptiness, and they feel it hard, man. So get away from these toxic people, steer clear from them, and find your happiness. You know what I mean? Find your happiness, because life is too short, and going back in the past, it'll eat you alive. So yes, have a blessed day, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in to Pain into Power podcast. I hope that this episode has made things so clear in your mind as to the different steps that you must take for your mental health, your growth, and success. I'm a go-getter, and I'm only going to inspire you to do the same. Go get it, man. Go set them goals and go get it. Quit living in that fear, that trauma. It ain't nothing. It ain't going to do nothing but hold you back. Have a blessed day, y'all.